Hello everyone, welcome to the Warehouse Series. So today I'm going to give my 3 selection tips. If you are not a subscriber, if you could do that, hit the notification bell so you know when I post. Leave comments and questions in the comment section below. And if you could give me a thumbs up, every little interaction that you do on this channel is your way to say thank you. And believe it or not, just you giving me a thumbs up is actually helping my channel. Share with your fellow workers. Discord link in the description below. We got a nice warehouse community over there. More than likely, if you're asking me a question that I don't know the answer to because it's in a warehouse I don't work at, you're going to get your question answered over there. There's a lot of people that are helping each other over there, and we're growing. I think we got 70 plus people over there. All right, so my first tip for today is this picture right here. Remember, guys, when I'm taking these pictures, I am being discreet about it. I'm not trying to show people that I'm taking pictures of their work. I'm not trying to think people I'm singling them out or anything like that. But right here, this person backed under 2 layers of butter, and as you can see, it's hanging off the back of the pallet. These butters come in like a 15 block, so it's like 30 butter. And they are one of the blocks that hang off the pallet. So what do you do in this situation right here? When you get a back under 30, I know everybody that's experienced into the warehouse, they're gonna be like, take that back under 30 butter I don't have to throw. To me, it all depends on the cube. So I'm gonna do 1 or 2 things on this. If I have 2 full pallets, me personally, I'm restacking this, or I'm just gonna throw this 30 butter myself. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that's just how I am. But the option B, which this person did not do, is I would wrap those 2 layers of butter, and then I would start stacking a little bit back from what's hanging over the pallet. So draw a line right through the end of that butter, imaginary line from the pallet through that butter where it should be, and start stacking your order a little bit back so you're not putting weight on the outside of that case that's hanging off the pallet. I hope that makes sense. So that's the 2 options that I would do. Either A, restack it, or wrap it. Guys, I have came up on 20 potatoes, and there's 1 item, and I threw all 20. There was 20 on the pallet, and I threw all 20 because sometimes when the potatoes come in, they are hugging the middle of the pallet, and there was literally like a 2-inch gap all the way around the outside of my pallet, and I had full pallets. I see people back under this, and they are picking their order up later because they drop it. Me personally, I am all about quality. Believe it or not, some people at my work might laugh at that, but I am about quality. I am not about trying to just get an order out as quick as possible if it's going to look like crap. So that's my first tip for today. If you get it back under and it's hanging over the side of the pallet, you use your discretion. Wrap it or restack it. All right, the second thing I'm going to talk about is what happens whenever you come up on a slow selector in the aisle, a new selector. And this is nothing against new selectors. One thing, you're new. You don't know anybody. You're just trying to learn the job. You're nervous, and it's a job that you're just trying to make, and you know that you have to make a standard after your grace period. So it's very nerve-wracking for you as a new selector. But for us as selectors that need to make our times, how do we maneuver around you without being rude or being unsafe about it? So first and foremost, if you're a new selector, make sure you're off on one side of the aisle or the other so somebody else can pass you. If someone's in the middle of the aisle and you're trying to make your time, just simply ask them if they can move over so that you can get by. You may get a look from them, but just ask, hey, I need to get by. You mind if I, scoot by? What do you do if you have to select cases around this person? So I do 1 of 2 things, or I do both actually. One is I ghost pick. I only recommend ghost picking if you have a good memory. So you're not misselecting or forgetting items that you already said. So basically ghost picking is like if I could see the check digits and I know the check digits, I'm going to start saying the check digits. And then like three slots in a row, I know I got to go 1, 2, 1. So not only am I going to ghost pick those items, but now that I see my chance to go past this person, I'm not going to place those cases on my pallet. I'm just going to throw them on, and I will place them at a later time. So when you're maneuvering around a slow selector, or even any selector for that matter, I will ghost pick if I have to, and have it all set in my head that I know I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 4, whatever it is. Remember the combo of the cases that you need in those pick locations, and then just throw them on your pallet. Do not place them. What I mean by placing, I talked about this in my last video, is actually placing a case nicely. Just throw them wherever the heck they go. If you have an empty back pallet, throw all of them on the back pallet, get past that person, and then start placing your cases. And then once you start getting ahead of the person, then you could take the 4 or 5 cases that you threw on your back pallet and throw on your front pallet, or however you want to do it. So that is my second tip today for coming up on a slow selector. Ghost pick and just throw them on the pallet and place them later. And that brings me to my third tip for today, and that is communication. I can't stand this in the warehouse when someone is selecting in the middle of the aisle and you see someone come up behind you and they're just sitting there leaning on their jack. Well, obviously they got to get by. Don't be oblivious to the person behind you. Let them by. Communicate. Are you going by? Where are you going? And you should be selecting on one side of the aisle or the other. You should be not selecting directly in the middle. Same goes with a forklift operator, reach lift operator. If they come up and they're just sitting there staring at you and there's no one behind you, they got to go right where you're at. All right. So honestly, hey, you mind if I go up there? That high lift operator should be saying that to you, or you should be saying to them, where do you need to go? I'll back up and let you make your move. Because more than likely they're going up and either coming down and they're going to just let you keep selecting, or they're going somewhere else in the warehouse. Because not all the time is the product coming straight down to the pick location. Sometimes they're driving to the end of the aisle. So communication, I believe, is one of the biggest things in the warehouse that people do not do. Even the experienced selectors and forklift operators. It really irks me. If everybody would just communicate in the warehouse, things would be a lot easier. So that's my last thing for today is communication, communication, communication. Talk to people. Are you going by? Are you going up? Whatever. The more you communicate with each other, the better, and everyone works with everyone. So that's my last tip for today. And before I leave, and the last thing I want to show you was just a comical picture. This is a person that was obviously selecting a one pallet order, had it pushed all the way up in the front of their jack, and they had a case on the back of their fork that says Sunny Delight. And when they pulled out of the wrap machine, the case fell off, and the wrap machine actually wrapped the case to the back of the pallet on the floor, and they actually staged it. That's it for today. Please subscribe. I appreciate everybody. I hope you guys keep learning from this channel, and I wish you well at your work. I'll see you next time. Have a great day.